wires, shenanigans, nonsense, mess. It's all over the place. $30 tickets to see boxing in Wichita here in a couple weeks. I don't know if anybody was going to do that. But we're going to get a hold of this next guest. They are called Drifter. And they have a weird Skype. So I'm hoping that I can pull them up. Monkey Minto. Mike Monto. Let's try to call this guy. Let's try to call Mike Monto. I don't know where our ghost hunters are. They were supposed to be here earlier. No ghost hunters. And there's Mike Monto. Uh-oh. I can't hear him. I can see him. Maybe.
So who are these ghost hunters?
They're the Paranormal Ghost Society.
Of Kansas?
Of Kansas, yes. And they go around and they hunt ghosts. And they spook people. And they... I guess they've been to Smedley's. I guess it was haunted at one point. I'm trying to get him to go to Brittany's house because she says she has a ghost.
Brittany's house.
I'm trying to get him to go all over the place.
She's got all types of creatures in her house.
Yes, she does. And her daughter's one of them. Let's see. We are trying to make contact with Mike Monto, I believe is the chap's name. The chap, as they say. And he is we can see him. He's got apparently head of security in the background there. It looks like they're calling us from the real Grandma's attic, which that's a joke because back in the day, we used to have we used to do this show from an attic basically in Salina, Kansas. We called it the Treehouse Apartment, and that room that they're Skyping us from looks exactly like the room from back in the day. Although he's not calling us from Salina, Kansas, I'm sure. And we are going to try to pull him in here on the old Skype-a-rooney. I can see him. I can't hear them, though. I hope they can hear me. If they can hear me, then it's entertaining. Because they're probably going to be like, Grandma's attic. What?
Well, tell them to raise their hand if they can hear you. Give them a signal.
He just did. He just did give me a signal. He can hear us. I think everyone in that room has about 30 tattoos. I wouldn't even be allowed in that room. I have no tattoos at all. And it looks like there's like 6 of them. There's what did I do? Call the pod people of unsigned music? They're all over the place. I've got you've got Mike who is Skyping us. Then you've got the gentleman over his shoulder who looks like a young John Cena, and he just waved at us. And then you've got a guy who's sitting on the floor there who looks like he was going to assassinate someone. And Weird Al looks like he just came up the stairs. A young Weird Al, there he is. And then we have a guy who looks like Zach Morris's cousin from the old Saved by the Bell. Nobody ever knew Zach Morris's cousin, so since we didn't know him, he's here now. He's in this band with Mike and young John Cena there. And oh my God, hey, look at that! I can hear you. Look at that! Holy smokes!
Right.
What's up?
You've got quite the collection there, my friend. My Lord, just a hell of a deal. It is. So you guys had to plug in a mic. God, Skype is such a worthless piece of crap. Skype is worthless. See, you should be able to... Well, see, we did an entire interview, what was it, about a month ago, with 2 webcam porn girls, and they didn't know how to turn their mic on the entire time. And so they communicated through dry erase board with us. So we talked to them for a half hour, and they communicated through dry erase board. They held it up, and people whose seat was watching the show could read the dry erase board, but we couldn't hear them, so they had to communicate that way. And
they did some sign language too.
You know what's great is, Nagy, you hung out with both of them at the con, at the Exotica.
Oh,
It was
yeah?
Conoco Cutie and her little buddy who got spanked.
Oh, I know them.
Those were the two that communicated via dry erase
Really?
board. Yes.
I'm going to have to look back and watch that one.
That's ridiculous. Now, this room that they're Skyping us from, good Lord. Look at that. They crammed a heck of a lot into one room. I feel like maybe they are Skyping us from the old grandma's attic. My God, it looks like they've got an entire recording studio. Looks like in there. You've got Mike, who's coming back with his stool, with his barbershop stool. Young John Cena there. He's hanging out. Yeah, he's just waved at us. You got young Weird Al over there who came up the stairs earlier. Now he's wearing flannel. He looks like a young Mick Foley. And then you have the guy who was sitting on the floor, who was kind of crouched in the corner, who looked like he was going to assassinate Mike. I don't know why he would assassinate him in his own space there. And then Zach Morris's cousin from Saved by the Bell coming back up the steps. We never seen Zach Morris's cousin in Saved by the Bell. So how do you know it's not Zach Morris's cousin? You never know, because we never saw him on all the episodes of Saved by the Bell. And then you have a young, Gallagher. Remember Gallagher? Used to smash the watermelons. He humiliated me on stage at a show. That's what the individual straight away from the corner of young John Cena right there, and I think it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt. Looks like young Gallagher, yes, or maybe it's young. The hell was his name from Oasis? Noel something. I don't know. I'm just naming people today. I'm just having a fun time.
He's just rambling.
I'm just rambling, doing my thing. Jay Bird Wells joins us on Skype as well. I never can make that transition. Jay Bird Wells as well. I never can make that transition. I've never been able to make that transition in the 5 years we've been doing this show. And they're all hanging out. They've got records on the wall there. Those, no doubt. They're probably not No Doubt records, but they are records, no doubt. So, because there are going to be people sitting in our audience going, "They're like No Doubt." No, there's no doubt that those are records, not No Doubt records. And I feel like Sam Roberts at WrestleMania in New Orleans. I'm just dying out here, and they're working their magic, trying to get everything put together here. At least they're not communicating via dry erase board, like I said earlier. Those two porn people, they did. And then they realized, we just needed to hit unmute on the microphone. 24 minutes later.
That's it?
That's it. So, we are making things happen here. And we're going to be chatting with our band here in just a few moments as they get things set up and get off and running there. And we finally got them on Skype, which sometimes Skype to me is just the most worthless piece of junk software. I just really do not know. I had an old radio buddy of mine one time tell me, he's like, people use Skype not for what it's supposed to be used for. He's like, there's all these people using Skype, and he's like, you don't use it for what you're using it for. You should use it for something else. I don't know what we're supposed to use it for, but we are indeed using it. We've got some people messaging us on Facebook Live. Apparently, Brian Larrabee, who I used to know in high school, has on. He said he hasn't got a chance to watch the show. We're watching it now. And as you watch it, holy smokes, I think we've got them. Holy smokes, there they are.
Yeah, I got a condenser mic hooked up in here, so you should be able to hear all of us.
Look at that. It sounds like you guys are like literally across the room from us. That is fantastic. Holy smokes. Everybody's having beers. They're hanging out. They're getting it in, as they say. They're clapping. Everybody's got a beer. Everybody but Jay Bird Wells. She doesn't have beer. Because we don't want Jay Bird Wells drunk.
Right.
We don't want her drunk.
We're actually gonna go Instagram Live for this also.
Look at that!
Cool, you guys.
Instagram Live.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
I am, of course, on Jiggy
Alright,
Jaguar
sponsored by
1.
Bud Light.
You know, actually, there was a professional wrestling buddy of mine who got a sponsorship from Bud Light because he kept Instagramming and tweeting. Every time he would do something, he would always have Bud Light in the photo. And finally, after he tweeted at Bud Light enough times, they were like, you know, we're just going to give you a sponsorship.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it.
Make it till you make it, guys.
See, now that the guy who was the assassin earlier, who popped up and then he popped back, he looked like a young Mark Zuckerberg in that pop up there for just a second. Everybody's got a gimmick on this show. I don't know why, but they do. At least in this interview. And
Mark Zuckerberg takes all of our money, just for the record.
Well, you know, you are in a band. You got to buy them Facebook ads somewhere, baby. Got to do that Facebook marketing, unfortunately. Even though Facebook's going to take away they're not going to let all the business pages show up on people's feeds anymore. I'm like, okay, so you're essentially not. So if I buy a Facebook ad and it doesn't show up, why am I buying a Facebook ad?
So even if you purchase it, it's still not going to show up?
They've decided that they're gonna stop that.
What do they consider a business ad?
So
That's the thing.
Doing it in the first place.
What do they consider a business
Like
ad?
if you post something, is that considered a business ad? Because then you're done.
Yeah, I'm out of there. Boot me. Expel me from Facebook, as Johnny Kim would say. So, gentlemen, go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourselves, and let's chitty chat here. How do we find you guys online? All these things, because I know at some point Jaybird Wells is going to want to stalk you on social media, and especially if she's watching you on Skype, she's probably just she likes guys with long hair, tattoos, all the stuff. So she is definitely going to stalk all of you.
Innocent little me.
Right, Phil, right there.
Look at that.
Well, I guess I'll start. I'm Mike. I'm the vocalist. Nice to meet you.
There's
What's up, Mike? I'm Mike as well.
Look at that. We've got Mike to Mike here. We've got Mike Nagy in studio. We've got Mike there. It's a hell of a deal.
I'm young John Cena.
Young John Cena.
No affiliation.
No affiliation. That's right.
Distant cousin, but no. Realistically, my name is John, and
That's amazing.
That's fun.
Other than me playing guitar for Drifter, I have no fucking idea what's going on 99% of the time. I follow this guy right. So, furthermore, next up.
I'm Joe. I play guitar. I sing. I show up. I drink Bud Light.
Look at that. He drinks Bud Light. They know how to do the product placement. That's what's great about them. They're great. Now, how do we find you guys online? Social media, websites, all these things.
All of it. All the social media.
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Reverb Nation. Whatever the hell.
Spotify,
Spotify.
iTunes,
Yeah.
Grindr.
Grindr.
Well, you know.
Pornhub. We actually are on Pornhub.
You know what's funny is Jaybird Wells found my Pornhub account the other day. Because we do all these interviews with these porn people at these conventions. And a few years ago, there was a guy in Wichita, Kansas, who complained to YouTube and got all of our porno interviews yanked down. So I had to have somewhere to put them. So I just put them on Pornhub.
Excellent.
And so
Yeah, it's usually like kind of like 5 guys go in on one track.
That's awesome. That would be great.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was putting my interviews on Pornhub.
Oh, so you're on there too?
It always starts off as an interview, though, right?
So now, Jay, you can say you're on Pornhub.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's usually like a black
actually-
leather couch, right? And sit you on. Or
Well, yesterday I filmed a video of me hanging around my farm, and evidently I didn't know it until after I'd posted the video. But I guess there's a wardrobe malfunction, and so I quickly pulled it off of Facebook. But when I showed my husband, he's like, "Whatever." So it's up on YouTube for all to see, the wardrobe malfunction.
See, Nagy, this is how it starts. It starts with wardrobe malfunctions, and then eventually it becomes full interviews, casting couch movies, where these guys' music are used in the background.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at the video.
So we have got a series of great guests with us today. They are joining us live on Skype video here, and also joining us in studio, Mr. Michael Nagy, who was here to meet the ghost hunters today. We were supposed to have the
They're not here.
The Central Kansas Paranormal Society was supposed to be here. They are nowhere to be found.
I mean, I used to do paranormal investigating myself, so it would have been cool to talk to them.
Now, how did you guys get started as a group? How did the band get together?
Well, Grinder
Grinder.
is where we found like. But me and Mike rather, he's working the same job, and he's had Drifter for a long time. But he was just looking for the proper members to kind of fulfill finishing this project up. So me and him got really close, and after that, another guy. What
There he
do you call
is.
him?
They call me Mark.
What do you
Mark
call
in the
him?
building.
Sorry.
I was calling him Zach Morris's cousin from Saved by the Bell, but Mark actually is a lot better. I think.
Zach Morris's cousin. That's what we're gonna stick to for right now. Wound up working the same job as us as well, and we found out he was a killer fucking drummer. So
Hey.
immediately, Monto was just like, yeah, he's on fucking board. And then Zach Morris's cousin,
That's great.
figured out. And so then we all just kind of linked up, bro. You know?
Yeah.
That's
Then
all a
we-
lie. We were contacted through the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That is awesome.
That's fucking awful.
That was also at the same time simultaneously. Vamper actually. It's actually all Vamper.
We all actually met at church. Church is
We are
Well, you know
boys of Xeno.
what's hilarious is we used to be one of our affiliates for the Sunday radio program. Used to be an internet radio station called Radio Xenu. So it all brings it back, baby. It all brings it back.
And this boy also know Phil. Phil plays bass.
Look at that, Phil. Phil in the building. Look at that. Making it happen.
yeah. His name is spelled super dumb.
They changed it to an F because they just want to keep it 3 letters to keep it less complicated.
No
Yeah.
consonants or vowels. It's just a Polish flag.
Wow. So he will never be the answer to any of the questions on Wheel of Fortune, because you can't like constant or vowels.
Yeah, exactly.
He's screwed.
So what are you guys currently doing with the band?
Arguing over new material.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you guys debating about?
More so, like, adding piano or direction or just like a bunch of other stuff, and just like
Just like we feel like in this particular genre, we really have to like proofread almost in a sense everything we write to make sure it's going to reach the particular demographic that we're trying to kind of grab out to. You know, like I'm not saying it's dying, but we just really want to try to restore it the best we possibly can. You know, so
Yeah.
everything we write, we literally listen to a million times before we decide, okay, this is proper. Let's go ahead and decide to put this out.
We're all a bunch of perfectionists arguing who's the most perfect.
Yeah,
And
pretty
it's
much.
obviously Jeremy. He's not in the band, but we all.
He did do some backing tracks on the EP though. He's a great vocalist.
Cool.
Look at that. putting the whole thing together. Now, Jay, you're sitting out there in Skype-a-Rooney land at the Radio Ranch. Do you have any questions for the band while we got them here?
Absolutely. How'd you guys become so tight as like a family? I mean, you sound like you're brothers and you got each other's backs.
Honestly, just trying to score tail at bars.
I mean,
Alcohol?
Yeah, Bud Light. Bud Light.
There's that marketing strategic placing.
That's right.
So,
like, if you,
So you firmly believe in let it go.
What up?
I said you firmly believe in here, hold my beer and let it go.
just like Frozen.
Frozen just like our Bud Lights. But yeah, I mean, we've had a couple wild nights at the bars together, and you see the best and the worst of each other. Or
So
Yeah, like,
you guys gotten any fist fights?
I actually got.
The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Same. Wait a second. I was gonna tell him about the time we accidentally got you arrested.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've gotten a
Accidentally?
Yeah, we kind of accidentally got him arrested at this bar in Asbury Park. Johnny Max. We don't go there anymore, but regardless.
Out there in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's where I used to party.
Oh, really?
Oh really?
Yeah, I grew up there.
Yeah, me and Monto have had our fair share of stupid incidents that did not need to happen at bars or lines of Johnny Max. But for instance, I knocked over a jar of limes, trying to get a lime from over the bar, being fucking stupid and drunk like I immaturely was, I guess. And I knocked it over and I got kicked out. And then Monto fucking left after me. And then for whatever reason, I don't really remember, it was pretty blurry, but the bouncer started following us, and I was like, Monto, we gotta run out. And I started running, and you didn't run really, you kind of like waddled or something.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, well, no, like we left, and then like it wasn't the bouncers from Johnny Max, it was the bouncers from Bond Street.
Bond Street, shout out to them. We don't go there either.
Yeah, yeah, fuck Bond Street, 2018. Anyway, so like the bouncer, the bouncer looks like the guy like Otis from fucking Devil's Rejects. Like exactly like that guy. So yeah, he's already pissed off, probably because he looks in the mirror every morning and goes, oh fuck, I look like that fucking asshole from Devil's Rejects. So anyway, like John's like fucking obliterated, and he picks up, yeah, as usual. When John, for every 3 Bud Lights he goes in, we go 1. So after like over time, John's way more drunk than the rest of us. So basically, he picks up this like birdhouse thing. It's in this cutout. It looks like this like homeless man like made.
It looked like it was garbage.
Yeah, it really looked like it was trash.
But at the end of the day, it was still art.
Yeah.
So I was intrigued.
So anyway, he picks it up and he's walking with it, and we're walking down the block and shit, and the guy from fucking like the bouncer or whatever, the Otis motherfucker, says like, yo, throw out your trash. And he's like, all right. So we walk a little bit further, and like John just drops it again.
But it was trash to begin with.
Yeah.
I was just trying to restore it, make it something I can sell at like the punk rock flea market.
The whole experience was
Punk
actually
rock flea market. That's awesome.
Yeah. So he drops it, and then you're like, and now we're like a block away, and all I hear is like, hey, throw out your fucking trash. I'm like, all right, Otis, chill the fuck out. And fucking, so I'm like, yeah, so I just grabbed it and I just put it in the trash. And then, like, we walk a little bit further, and then John, like, it's like fucking like 1 a.m. in the morning, like it's pitch black out.
1 a.m. in the morning.
And we're like 2 blocks from where the bouncers were, and like John's like a half a block away from me, like looking at about to like fight the bouncer. And I'm like,
Bouncer. That's awesome.
And so I'm like, oh fuck, this is about to go down right now. So I'm like waiting, and he goes, yo, we're about to get jumped, run. I'm like, all right, fuck.
And
So
we both can't really fight. I know I look like John Cena, but fuck that. I'm not trying to fight anybody.
yeah, I
I'm
didn't
out
make
of here with that mess.
I didn't make it past orange belt in karate class when I was younger. But anyway.
Well, you know what's funny is I've got a friend who's he's damn near 40 and he's still trying to get past his orange belt in karate class. So.
At least I can relate to someone out there.
There you go. So, you guys are absolutely amazing. We got a great band with us today. They join us live. How do we find you guys on social media? Because we're getting a lot of questions from people who want to know how they can stalk you.
Well, we're on Spotify. You want to type in this into Google Earth? No, I'm just kidding. Basically, on Facebook, we're facebook.com/DrifterNJ. On Instagram, we're obviously Instagram.com, where if you search us, it's Drifter_NJ for Instagram. Twitter is DrifterNJ. And then for Spotify, you can type in Drifter. It's the one with Phil's crazy hair looking like a hurricane and like Drifter across it, and
You can see the pattern.
yeah.
It's Drifter.
Drifter at runlightplatinum.com.
Well, Drifter, of course, you guys are from the New Jersey area. And we have in studio a transplant from New Jersey, the great Michael Nagy.
I grew up in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Oh, River, so I know exactly where you're from.
Cool, cool.
So he is trying to get out of Kansas and get back to New Jersey.
Eventually.
Again?
Why?
Because
Don't make me get political here, people.
I live in like an area where there's nothing but wheat fields.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, when you grow up on the ocean, it's a little different.
True.
He's got a point.
Corn juice.
But I can walk in my golden oasis of ocean and not worry about the neighbors.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, you could throw like you could send like an invitation out to all your friends, like now for like a party like a month in advance, and throw like a fucking rager, and it, like not worry about anyone complaining.
Here in New Jersey, literally, we're gonna have to shut this interview off in theory before like 10 p.m. or we're gonna get a noise complaint and a giant fucking ticket. Like everybody's so high fucking tight around here.
Yeah,
We
especially
can't do anything we want to
Bike.
do.
Shout out to Mike, our neighbor, who's strung out.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the houses are just so close together. Like, even trying to have band practice when we have shows coming up and things like that. So strategically planned out to the point where we don't have to get a fucking ticket about it. It's just, it gets a little aggravating. So,
I text
there's a
my
give and take, you know?
I text a neighbor, God bless you, when he sneezes.
Our neighbors
That is fantastic.
Sounds like you need to stop your house.
Well, yeah, I remember you guys saying that there is a studio here.
Bud Light, soundproof our house.
Bud Light should pay to soundproof their house, I think.
Yeah.
They're drinking enough of it right there. We've got the band Drifter with us today. They join us on Skype, and Jaybird Wells, of course, on Skype. She is calling us from the Petticoat Junction, I guess. And then we have Michael Nagy with us in studio. He was here to meet the ghost hunters. We were supposed to have the Paranormal Ghost Society show up today. They were all excited. And
Show up before.
Alright, I'm gonna put a movie on, you guys are gonna be fine.
and now all of a sudden they're nowhere to be found.
And you haven't heard from them?
Haven't heard from them. So
They're probably hunting ghosts.
they're probably hunting ghosts, I would assume. Or maybe they got hunted. I don't know.
100% into it. Has anybody seen the new Insidious movie that came out?
Insidious. Have you seen that, Jay?
Not yet.
No.
Oh well, I'm not gonna do any spoiler alerts, but
Okay.
it's gonna change your mind on ghost hunters. You're all gonna want to be a ghost hunter after you watch that
All
movie.
gonna want to be a ghost hunter. Well,
You-
that's like after I see people think that after I see Infinity War, I'm gonna be addicted to becoming Purple Bruce Willis, like Thanos, and the brand new.
Purple Bruce Willis?
That's what a lot of people think Thanos looks like, is Purple Bruce Willis.
Like Barney and
I
most
prefer seeing him
sexiest
as
man
Rachel
alive.
Pawn Stars.
That too. Well, and a lot of people said that supposedly Thanos in the new Avengers movie says the N-word. And I'm like, what? How would he even know what that is?
New Jersey, we're
Well,
not.
in those people's defense, if it's not true, last week when we had in-studio guest, we listened to some music, and I could have swore I heard it, but they said it wasn't in there, so...
Jay doesn't like rappers saying the N-word. She can't stand it. She can't stand it. Can't stand you. Like Seinfeld. Can't stand
That'll
you.
lose you a cup of tea in my ratings in a heartbeat.
Oh, for example.
Uh-oh. Cup of tea. Now, of course, we also have Michael Nagy in studio, who earlier this weekend went and seen what was it? A vampire festival? What was this thing that he
Wichita
went to?
Vampire Ball.
A Wichita Vampire Ball. Do they have vampire stuff in Jersey?
Oh yeah.
Really?
QXT's in Newark is a huge goth industrial club. They have bands play all the time. They get a couple hundred people every weekend.
We need to play there.
Yeah, check out QXT's. It's awesome.
XT's, where's that at?
Newark, New Jersey.
Oh.
You can Google it, QXT's, and find the directions. And you should go next weekend.
Go
That
next
way,
weekend.
that, like under the bridge, like rave with the goth guys. You ever see that? With the glow
That
sticks.
viral YouTube video. Whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
That everyone puts a different music to every time. It's just like the goth guys like.
Oh
You
yeah.
ever hear about?
Should give us a further
Yeah.
demonstration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not that, but I'd assume it's something kind of similar.
Okay.
You'll just have to check it out and see.
There you go. Maybe we get Drifter booked at QXT.
I'll wear my sweatpants today.
You guys wouldn't be able to walk in there unless you were wearing zipper pants and had Wayne Static hairdos. Be about it.
Jay No Portamonte, he's got the most ridiculous wardrobe I've ever seen in my entire life. He knows what he's doing. Put it that way.
Yes, indeed. Well, where are you guys playing anytime soon that people can check out and get involved with the band?
Meat Locker?
Montclair, the Meat Locker.
That's May 17th or May 18th? You
Meat
No, where
Locker.
are we playing?
Bill! Bill is
Where are we playing?
We're playing the Meat Locker May 17th in Montclair, New Jersey, and we're playing Elliot's Barbershop May 18th in Toms River, New Jersey.
Madison Square Garden. Giant Stadium, Yankee Stadium.
We got a tour booked in Europe, then followed by Australia, Japan, and China.
Look at that. Jay's already buying her tickets for the Japanese show. She's gonna go over and she'll eat Japanese junk food while she watches Drifter play.
little bit of
I swear, it's Pick on Jay Day.
So do you guys tour too, or?
You guys tour or you just play New Jersey?
We're not necessarily touring right now just because we're trying to get our tangible product out beforehand, you know what I'm saying?
So do you have plans? Do you have plans to at least play in like New York or Pennsylvania or around the
Promoting
area?
a lot right now online, and then like
What I was trying to say.
and basically getting our merch together. We got
summer,
shirts
though.
coming in this summer. We're planning a tour though to maybe do East Coast, maybe down to like Florida and back.
Oh, that's cool.
Florida. Be good.
So,
And through Kansas.
Yeah, we'll stop by Kansas.
yeah, especially touring in the winter is a little tough too because of snow and shit, and like you never know. Like one day, especially in New Jersey, like one day it's like 80 degrees, the next day it's like fucking like hailing out and fucking apocalyptic snow.
It's been like that here. A couple days ago, it was a nice day, and all of a sudden, winds picked up the hurricane force out here with no storms at all. It was ridiculous.
Have you guys seen a tornado?
Unfortunately, no, I have not.
He keeps wanting to go film one.
What was that movie like with the
Chasers.
Twister!
with the Coca-Cola cans? Or no, with the Bud Light cans, not the Coca-Cola cans, right?
Yeah.
Bud Light cans.
That's right, Bud Light cans.
They were Coca-Cola cans. They should have been Bud Light cans.
Well, before I let you guys go, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years or so?
Dead.
Dead.
They're 20,
Not
so I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we're like touring.
We seen it.
Touring outside the states. Hopefully, we're pushing really hard right now just to like get everything together. We're start writing new material for the new EP or album, whatever we decide to do. We're gonna push this album to its literally so it's like ingrained in the back of everyone's heads on Facebook or Instagram. We're working on getting endorsements and stuff like that. So just making everything just a little bit more productive. We like we do our own recording. We do our own video shooting. Like the video was done by us. The recording was done by us. But it was mixed and mastered by James Perry of Black Veil. So
That's awesome.
we're a very DIY band. We kind of do everything we can to save as much money as possible. So hopefully in 5 years this all pays off and we're touring Europe, we're touring Japan, we're touring fucking cool.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
honestly, at the end of the day, I think a lot of us would agree with this. The main end goal is just to. People are also not going to agree with this, but the end goal is just to keep metalcore alive. And that's what we're trying to do as best as possible.
Awesome stuff. Well, where can we find your guys' music on YouTube? Are you guys on YouTube at all anywhere?
Yeah, absolutely. We just dropped our music video for Black Mamba on
Type in
YouTube.
Drifter.
Drifter Black Mamba.
Yep, just Drifter Black Mamba. That'll be our music.
Drifter Black Mamba. Well,
we
let's.
actually
That's a song about that.
we actually shot that music video at a abandoned army base. It's now like a history museum or something like that.
Yeah, it's a super cool spot.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And then we edited it ourselves, we directed it ourselves, like but it came out really awesome, and we made a lot of great contacts through that. And Anti-Hero premiered the music video on there. We got shouted out by Loudwire, which is really cool magazine. It's like really huge for us, and we just been pushing, just keep pushing the music video and the EP that we just released.
That's awesome. Well, let's do this. We are going to play Drifter Black Mamba for our television audience here. And we will place you guys on hold on the old Skype-a-rooney. And we will be back here in just a few seconds with Drifter. Here it is. It's Black Mamba. And it's here. World famous Jiggy Jaguar Radio broadcast. It is Drifter. It is Black Mamba. And this is a hell of a song. They are quite an interesting group. That's a hell of a song. That's a heck of a tune.
Right?
Good Lord. We are back here on our big broadcast. We've got the band Drifter with us. We just got done watching Black Mamba, which is a hell of a deal, as they say. I don't know who's saying it, don't know why they're saying it, but they are indeed saying it. Okay, Jay, did you get a chance to check out Drifter's music? What do you think?
I did. I saw it on YouTube. I'm gonna give it a 4 cup of tea out of 5. It's definitely the screaming type of music, not my favorite genre, but it looked like it was professionally done, so I'll have to give it a 4 out of 5.
There you go, 4 out of 5 for Drifter. Look at that. Michael, what did you think of it?
It was cool. It's definitely one of those things you want to see live. You want to feel the energy and the atmosphere of that. Definitely something you'd want to see in concert.
See us live. We play dodgeball. We're gonna throw shit right at your face.
That's true. Some actual shit.
Great head music, but I don't think I could belly dance to it.
Well, it's trying to make music like a competitive sport.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Mark?
Yeah, of course.
The cousin of somebody who I already forgot.
Do I have a bottle opener?
Try to make music a competitive sport.
Oh, no.
If you're not sweating and rubbing against someone else, does it really matter?
Stop.
Well, that too.
That's a wine cork.
Yeah, that's a wine opener. Oh, shit.
So we're going to use a wine opener to open a bottle of Corona? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Fine, bro.
We're classy here, Drifters.
Cerveza.
Really? Cerveza. Back from Ghana, that's all they said was cerveza.
And it's like a Spanish-speaking country, I'm pretty sure.
That's awesome. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you making time for us today. We got to run along, but thanks for making this work, and thanks for chatting with us, guys.
Thank you guys, man. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Nice visiting.
Appreciate it. There goes Drifter, and we want to thank everybody for joining us today. We're going to get Jay back in here. We will see what she is up to. We'll see if she can belly dance or whatever she was going to do. I don't know if I can belly dance to that. I can't dance to the belly